It is at 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. It's Tuesday, Tightwad Tuesday, August 12th, AD 2025. Shout out to JLP rating the stream from YouTube and Rumble. Pastor Shadowley helped make it happen on the Rumble crew. What's up, D-Live crew? Hello to you over on punchy.tv, the faithful, and bitshoot.com. Nobody watches on BitChute. But sometimes people watch on BitChute, especially on Jesse Lee Peterson's live streaming on BitChute, which is new. And that's cool. I think it's cool anyway. We're going to have a fun loosey-goosey The Hake Report. You can call in 1-888-775-3773 and super chat buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report. And by the way, I do disclaim everything I say because I don't even represent myself. It's a fact. Am I connected on Facebook? Rumble. Facebook Live, supposedly connected. So, guys, take everything that you hear on the Hake Report with a grain of salt, and everywhere that you hear. Take even your thoughts with a grain of salt, or worse. Okay? I don't see it connected on Hake, but it's on the Facebook. But a select few watch on Facebook. It's supposedly connected, but I don't see it. Hello to Coffee Talk with Sandra over on pilled.net. And I will be getting to your calls. I do see them. No endorsement nor opposition is implied, okay? Just relax, if you so please. And happy Men's History Month. Much needed. Men. My goodness. People have crazy ideas of what it is to be a man. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. They think being more like a woman is kind of being like a man in the world. It doesn't make any sense. Let's see how this does when I turn on the beach stream again. Human waste. Yeah. See, talking, yapping. And let me. There it is. Wow, all loud. Getting it. All right. So, anyway, guys, I think that I'm set to go. Let me just make sure one last quick time. No wonder it was a touch loud. So let's just get right on with the show. Oh, wait. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
Hey, guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
So, how you guys doing? I'm fine. I have my Facts versus Truth t-shirt on. You like it? I know I like it. You can get yours, if you so please, by going to thehakereport.com, hake.printify.me, and this is a boxy tee. The girls might like it for themselves because it's not that long. I mean, it actually kind of looks long. Maybe it's just my torso's long. But normally I washed this shirt once, all right? And after I wore it, they say you're supposed to wash before you wear it sometimes. I don't know. But I washed it after I wore it, and then I dried it. And I think Somehow it went to high heat, and so it shrank. It shrunk. Shrunk. It shrank. That's not right. Because I like the fact that it's like loose fitting. The seam is past the shoulder. It's not all like here looking ridiculous like some of my other size medium shirts. It's a size medium, and it's a problem. But it's a nice color too, huh? Gold or something, old gold. And so if I lift up my arms, it would be immodest. So let me show you guys, just quickly, all right? And by the way, a quick announcement on hake.printify.me. I finally put a mug up. By mug, I don't mean my face. I put literally the Hake Report La 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 mug on light blue background on a white mug. Just sort of a wraparound thingamajigger. Playful Hake monkey mug covering his ears and singing La La La. I don't want to hear about Epstein. I don't want to hear about the Jews. I don't want to hear. Leave me alone. But you can call in about Epstein, the Jews, your flat earth mumbo jumbo, and whatever else. Why is it not? Oh, okay. Yeah, see, imagine you have a desk like that with clips and things. You too can get the Hake Report mug. I have a Bond mug on me. This is about the size of it, I think. Rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. Nice. Bond. This is the Lee Peterson shop. I think it's there. But hake.printify.me for the Hake swag. Somebody had asked me, oh, do you have mugs? Because everybody doesn't want t-shirts, Hake. Look at all these. So which one am I wearing? Oh, it's this very one. Oh, no, that's I Love Boomers. Complicated business. And I don't know the keystrokes for, there it is. I put the gal in it. Facts versus Truth, oversized boxy tee. Bella Canvas, 3010. I think I might want to swap out some of the t-shirt styles, but I do enjoy this t-shirt style. 100% cotton. You can get the old gold. I think this is the very one that it is. All right, so nice. Here, let me make it look manly. If it'll ever load. Yeah, that's sort of manly. Look at that hair. See, shout out if you have this exact hairstyle as a man or a woman, to be honest. But nice. See, and I didn't even pay this model to wear my Facts versus Truth t-shirt. Cool, huh? So, nice. Not too bad. Hey. And it's a good quality shirt. Bella Canvas. Bella plus Canvas. 3010. So, nice. Whatever. Not that important. I'd like to get to a couple of calls here before I get on to the Hake Report. The news and mess like that, all right? But this says facts versus truth, because facts are not truth. Oh, oops. Well, that's a biblical question as well, but I had made this observation, this fact that facts are not truth, years ago. Okay, so don't blame me. I didn't spoil it. All right. $30? LOL. It's a good quality shirt, Jupiter. What are you talking about? Probably forget you, Jupiter. You better buy one now. I made dolphin sounds for you. I'll make a rooster sound for you. Anyway, whatever. Let's get to Philip in Missouri on the line here. Philip, thanks for calling and holding. Happy Men's History Month.
Happy Men's History Month.
Thank you.
How you doing, Hake?
Doing well.
I had a question for you.
Yes.
Now, I guess it's bothering me. There's a gal I've been hanging out with off and on I know her through work, and she's married, currently getting a divorce, but she's wanting to kind of come over and start dating me. So I've always liked her. I've known her off and on through work for about 10 years.
Yeah.
But I want to stay out of that. But at the same time, you know, I am attracted to the gal, and she is a godly girl, so, or woman, you know.
What's that mean?
Meaning, she's not running the streets.
Oh, okay.
But she's been married.
Means godly. Say again?
Well, I don't know. She's getting a divorce now, so that's making me reconsider.
Oh.
Because I've always had respect for their union.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Does she have children?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's not even a question. That's not even a consideration.
That's what I was thinking, but she was asking to come stay with me for 2 days, 3 days.
No way.
During her divorce.
Well, and you're calling for my advice?
Yeah, sounds
no
foolish,
way, man. You remind me of that guy there's this guy from Texas who calls in.
What's he say?
I don't know. He's all into the girls.
It's just, you know, I want to help her out, but at the same time, you know.
Can I quote the Snake Pit?
Go ahead and quote it.
Lord of the Pies says, "You're committing adultery, and your question for me is what?"
I guess it seems foolish, but it might be the devil on my shoulder.
She's a godly divorcee wanting to get and stay with you in the world.
Well, she gets a divorce, though.
That's still adultery.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, it's just not right. It doesn't even seem right. It's like, even the way that you said it when you first started talking about she's interested in me. I
think saying it out loud just, you know, kind of solidifies my thinking.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's very common, and it's a common error.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I think saying it out loud really just made me feel like a fool.
I know. I get that. I totally get you, man. I have withheld saying stuff out loud because I knew that it was wrong. Sometimes. Yeah,
it's just those thoughts you get sometimes.
That's cool. That's cool.
But
so are you still gonna consider it?
Well, I still have to work with her, but no, I'm not gonna consider that.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I'm gonna be in the office with her, and then I'll be out in the field, and we do construction. But
she does construction, or she's at the office while you work construction?
She occasionally does part-time, like traffic control, this, that, and the other. But most of the time she's at home taking care of the kids, but those aren't my kids. So and either way, I live in the country, so I'm out in the middle of nowhere, so I think I was appealing to her because it's like, this guy's single, you know, he's living in the middle of nowhere. She's going through with this divorce, and she's getting in my ear about it. Can I just come stay with you and just for a few days? And I kind of know where that's going to go if I allow it.
Yeah, don't even.
I'm not entertaining.
Don't feel sorry for her or anything. You know her husband?
It's a long story. Yeah, once upon a time, about 10 years ago. But yeah.
10 years ago, what? You started to tell a story.
I beat him up about 10 years ago.
You beat him
up?
I'm
a smaller dude. Yeah, I'm a smaller dude. I'm like 5'5", and I ended up, you know, getting the best of him, and it was, you know, and so that's how he remembers me. So I'm like, I really want to avoid this, but at the same time, I have that put my cape on and you can stay over at my place. Comes, I haven't said that to her yet, but you know,
Captain, save a divorcee wanting to be unfaithful. Cape. Okay, so what was the out of curiosity? This is mess. Why did you beat him up? What the heck?
He was on methamphetamines, and she called me and wanted him to leave the home, and it was another person's home that was living there currently that was a friend of mine, a male friend, and he wanted him gone too. Everybody was scared of him, and he was out of his mind, and I ended up handling the situation.
So
And,
how do you know he remembers if he was on meth?
well, I spoke to him afterwards, and he was a little frightened of me, and we shook hands, and
Oh, okay. So then you
know,
guys are cool. He understood. He was just
well, I thought we were cool, but I mean, I'm going back when I was a kid. You know, I was probably 22 or 23 at that time.
yeah.
I'm 35 now, so I'm like.
And he was married to her even back then?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's her bed that she has to lie in. That's her situation she has to figure out on her own. You'll only make it worse for her and yourself, especially yourself.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think just hearing it helps.
Are you needy for a woman? Feeling needy for a woman, I mean? Feeling.
But less and less. That's why I moved out to the country. But every now and again, I get a little urge where I'd like some companionship. But I'm not the guy that's at the bar seeking a woman all day.
Yeah.
It's just every now and again when a lady approaches me. It's
right.
Sometimes a temptation, but
yeah,
that's it's not pulling on me all day.
Cool. Well, it's good to hear from you. Is it PHILLIP with one L? Probably so. Huh?
It's got 2 L's in it.
Oh, okay, nice, sweet.
But either one works.
No, I like to get it right. I have a problem like that. It's a problem. Okay, well, I'm curious how this pans out. So call me again.
I will, real quick, before I know you're out of time, but the last girl I called you on probably a year ago, that devil woman, I ended up taking your advice, and it's been the best advice ever.
Really? I don't remember
the one that screamed, and I'll paraphrase it. She was the screamer. She was over there yelling, screaming, putting her hands on me, getting abusive, and it was something like that. But I ended up getting rid of her, and man, life's been way better.
Oh, good, nice.
So,
yeah, you don't want to take people are killers, and especially if sex and lust gets involved.
Yeah, it was toxic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you ever watch TV, but there's these stories of these even women can kill.
Watch body cam footage.
Yeah.
You'll see those banshees.
I mean, you don't even need that stuff to, like, if you recognize in yourself, and if you're paying attention and unemotional, you can realize that people are evil and not to be trusted. Arm's length, so to speak, with everyone.
That makes sense. And I try to be unbiased as well, and I'm just hoping that God sees me through whatever throws at me, but I have been at peace. And so Jesse and you guys are awesome, and I really do appreciate it, because being still, having my new home, I love what you guys do, and I really do appreciate it.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you, man. Good to hear from you again.
Awesome. I appreciate it. I'm going to enjoy the show.
Right on. Happy Men's History Month again to you, PHILLIP.
Happy Men's History Month. Have a good rest of the day.
You as well. Bye. Nice. Yeah, if we don't get it together on this girl situation, gals, then we're history. Whew. Let me get to Walter in Georgia, a first-time caller calling in. What's up, Walter?
Hey, how you doing, boss?
Doing well. How about you?
I'm okay.
Nice.
I guess I just wanted some advice, maybe, or your thoughts. Trying to keep it focused on me as much as possible. Like, me and my wife don't get along in certain instances. Like, I think that I'm trying to like help guide her, and we don't see eye to eye, and then I don't know how to just keep my peace and let it die down. It seems to get worse if I just step away and let her be upset. That makes sense.
It gets worse inside of you or inside of her if you step away and let her be upset?
gets worse inside of her at first, and then I tend to like go into her hell with her eventually.
Yeah.
I stay really calm. I try to, be there for her, and then it just seems like I end up falling into it.
Yeah. Uh, I'm laughing because Lin Yan Chin, I think, is trying to correct your grammar. I think it's my wife and me, or my wife and I. But
Yeah,
um,
correct.
so if she doesn't want your guidance, why do you try to give it to her?
Because she's my wife. I always thought that it was my place to guide her in, like she's trying to work on herself a
Yeah.
lot. She listens to Jesse's show a lot, and I do too. But it seems like when she's in the heat of the moment, she kind of lets all of that go, and it gets lost in her thoughts and her emotions. And I'm thinking that I'm helping, but when I see that it's not helping, I try to just step away and just let her deal with it and be in her hell. But it seems to like dissolve into sort of finger pointing, and both of us
Right.
losing sight of the initial issue and getting upset, all this stuff.
I think I suspect because eventually she does break you down, so she's getting
Yeah.
rewarded. That's a reward. You're giving that evil in her a reward, that excitement reward by fighting back eventually.
That's what I suspected. I guess I don't want to feel like I'm not being there for her, but I also know when she's crying, she's lying.
Yeah.
And I try to just back off, and it just turns into like emotional outbursts. I feel, that's the problem right there. I feel, but she just gets me, man. So just don't let her evil and her hell win, and don't react to it.
Yeah, you might have the wrong idea about how to guide her. You know how she's your wife and you're supposed to guide her. You may be holding on to some idea that might not be the way to guide her, because there's all kinds of ways to guide your wife. There's a right there's one right way probably in any given situation, or maybe a couple of right ways, and many wrong ways to guide your wife.
Like
especially when she's in the heat of the moment. Like
the right way.
Like you see when she's in the heat of the moment, you give her some advice in the heat of the moment, right? And she gets worse from it or whatever, or she rejects it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not the right thing to do the way that you're doing it. Because sometimes spouting a fact or an advice or a tip about how to deal with the situation is worse than just being quiet and letting her see the fact or the point for herself. When you don't give somebody feedback, sometimes, very often actually, they have to go back into themselves and realize for themselves, and it's so much more real and powerful and their own than somebody telling them.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Like,
so
have you ever been ghosted?
Yeah.
And isn't that so oftentimes the best thing for you?
In hindsight, yeah, for sure. In the moment, especially when
like,
you're
I was
lost.
making a god of this woman.
Right.
So the same thing, like you could spiritually, temporarily, or whatever, or word-wise, verbally ghost the wife in that heat of the moment when she wants a response, whether you give her advice or fight back with her or whatever, and maybe that'll help. I don't know.
So, like, just work on myself and let her work on herself.
Yeah.
And,
That may be the real guiding.
right. That makes a lot of sense. Sometimes just talking it out kind of helps you.
I'm not even sure if the Bible says to guide your wife.
Well, I guess,
Because it says
what
to
do
a
you
husband
all
should love his
mean?
wife. And if eventually she breaks you down, then you're not loving her.
That's true. What do you all mean by obey when Jesse asks, what does your wife obey you?
Yeah.
What does that mean exactly?
That means that, I mean, it depends on the situation. I think I think that's for God/life to define as it's happening.
Do you mind me asking, are you married?
No.
Okay. Could you give me an example of obeying, like someone obeying?
You tell her don't worry about it, and she stops worrying about it.
Right. Okay.
I don't know. That's an example, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or you don't worry about it, and you don't tell her whether to worry about it or not, and then she follows your lead.
Lead by example.
Yeah, but you're not even thinking of setting an example. You're just not worrying about it.
I see.
Or her.
Okay. Right.
I noticed when I was with my girlfriend, if I had one, oftentimes I would just instinctively, impulsively give advice when she was saying something or other going on in her life. And I'm like, why
Right.
am I always giving her advice? It reminded me,
Unprompted.
it made me think of that when you mentioned that you would try to guide her.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of instances where she wants to just tell me what's going on for her, like inside of her thoughts, but I don't want to just sit there and listen to her articulate her hell. And
Is that because of impatience, or why don't you want to sit there and listen to her?
I think part of it could be impatience. Part of it, I think, is I don't think it's right. I think that
For her to complain?
she's like internalizing it, making it her.
Yeah.
Like identifying with it and judging herself or judging the thoughts. So I try to, like you said, I just give her like unprompted advice.
Oh, yeah. Unsolicited advice.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
obnoxious sometimes. So you may be a better light to her, not even responding or walking away, being like, I don't want to hear this, or just not responding to her, even as you can sit there, you're eating your cereal, or whatever, drinking your whey protein, and you just don't really respond.
Do you think
while
it's
she's talking.
disingenuous to like have her thinking that I'm actively listening to her when I'm just letting it go in one ear, not the other?
Oh, meaning like you're kind of tuning her out because she's talking so much? I don't know.
Yeah, and this is, I guess, about the subject matter. It's just all her thoughts and how they all connect, and she's all in the past and all
Yeah.
these things.
It might be a little disingenuous. I don't know. I don't know if it's wrong. It's sort of like a weak human nature thing to be like, or nod along when you're not really listening.
Right. And that's what I don't want to do.
Yeah.
I tell myself that I care. I want to show her real love.
Right.
And to me, from watching you all show is, not feeding into the hell, not feeding into the false thoughts and emotions.
Yeah. That is a huge issue, it feels like, with people stuck in conversations they don't want to be in, not really interested, not really honest and transparent. And I mean, not that you have to say everything always. You don't have to say what you're thinking, of course.
Sure.
But you could just not even respond, and it seems like that would be a strengthening for you and for her, an opportunity for her to check herself without you checking her.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we can't really save anybody,
Yeah.
you know, so I guess.
And a lot of times girls will play like they're, oh, I'm listening to Jesse too, just because they want to pretend along with you because you're the current supposed authority in her life. So she's playing along and listening to Jesse. I'm not saying that this is her, but
Yeah,
women can fake.
can't, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think she thinks Jesse is really endearing and cute and funny.
Right.
I don't know how much she's listening to it because when the shit hits the fan, when the crap hits the fan,
yeah,
you know, and she's in that moment, it's like none of those principles apply.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. I guess I just want to, you know, set us up for a good future, and I believe that we're supposed to be one flesh. So I just want to care on some level what she's going through and help her through it, but at the same time, I don't want to set us up to get into an argument or get emotional.
Yeah, and sometimes those intentions, that sounds good, right? That's not necessarily the right intention to have.
What would be a better way to think about it?
Not to.
Not to have any
Not to think about it. You're married, whatever the moment calls for. You're married to her, like you said. Whatever the moment calls for, do that. And I noticed when I was with my girl, if I had one, I had all this intention that whatever happens, I do right by her. And that's like a crazy, like lying to yourself intention.
Right.
Yeah. Even though it sounds nice.
Right.
But everybody wants
They
to tell
say
themselves things.
The path to hell is paved by good intentions or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a emotional wanting of the right thing, which is not leading you to the right thing, I think.
How much of an excuse do you think it's fair to give for like pregnancy emotions? Like, that she's pregnant.
Yeah.
So I kind of attribute some of it to, you know, maybe she just has that hormonal imbalance or whatever's going on with that.
Right. They let your patience be endless, I guess, because it doesn't matter what the reason is.
It can always just come back to looking in the mirror and how do I show up.
Yeah. I remember with my family growing up, they would always give the excuse/explanation, oh, you're just tired. You're tired, you're grumpy, or whatever. And I hated that excuse. I was like, that's not an excuse to be evil or nasty. But, I mean, of course, the physical wears you down, and, I don't know, it's kind of like being on drugs because your constitution is altered. But, yeah, I don't think that it should be an excuse, but it should be whatever it is, you just see that she's in hell and you understand.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. It does. It makes sense. I don't know if I'm just struggling with not doing anything about it. Like I want to, you know, I guess it's the intention thing that you're just talking about. I want to feel like showing up for her or being good to her or something.
Yeah.
Want to go run behind her and try to quote unquote make her feel better, but ultimately it's up to her to choose to let go of whatever she's wrapped up in and not let myself get wrapped up in it with her.
Is this your first kid she's gonna have?
Yeah, both of us first kid.
So you haven't been married long?
I think it's about a year now. So I guess in most people's case, it wouldn't be considered long. It feels
Right.
like a long time.
Does it feel long?
Yeah, it feels like a long time.
Nice. How old are you?
35.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Don't let it rule your mind. Don't let anything rule your mind. Whether a marriage or whatever. As Trump said, nothing is a big deal.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Appreciate the call, Walter. Very relatable.
No, and I appreciate you helping me kind of get out of my head about it a little bit.
If you want private counseling with JLP, Bond offers that.
Yeah, we were definitely thinking about looking into that.
Yeah. It's affordable. You could do a half hour or an hour with her or without her. With her is better if she's willing.
Okay.
But without her is just fine.
Yeah.
And it could be by just phone or Zoom or in person if you guys flew out or drove out from Georgia.
Right. Yeah, man, it's good to talk to you in person. There's a whole lot of mess going on in the world, and you always have good takes.
Thank you, man.
Definitely love the JLP show. Probably call in soon and see if I can be still and let the right answers come to me, and maybe I'll call you back with an update.
Cool, man. That sounds good.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
Happy Men's History Month.
Happy Men's History Month to you, too.
Take care, man.
You too.
Anchor Baby shares a quote purportedly from Trump. I try and tell myself it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. If you tell yourself, who is this, Solomon? Son of David, Trump, Donald J. Trump, son of David, 2024, 2004, I mean, 20,024. I try and tell myself it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. If you tell yourself it doesn't matter, like you do shows, you do this, you do that, and then you have earthquakes in India where 400,000 people get killed. Is that true? Did 400,000 people die in earthquakes in India? Honestly, it doesn't matter. That's how I handle stress, said Trump in 2004, per Nick, the American Anchor Baby, who is live right after Hake, Monday through Friday. Well, right after the Fallen State on Friday. Nice. So, calling into the Anchor Baby. And Trump only got better after that, by the way. In 2005 is when you guys accuse him of being with that dirty video woman, and you don't even know if that's true. A payoff doesn't mean anything. A supposed payoff, that doesn't mean anything. Base earthquakes, says Yvonne. I disclaim the chat. Oh, yes, and Lin Yen Chin. Thank you, sweet Amy, who wanted to hear Lin Yen Chin's super chat directed at Walter. Walter, women and mouth breather males have an internal pressure gauge that builds up into the explosion of impatience. Every word, every phrase, every intonation, and every repeat builds toward this. Timing in max min of delivery, perhaps, equals poetry, hypnotizes them. Interesting point, Lin Yen Chin. So are you suggesting that, I could be completely wrong, Lin Yen Chin, are you suggesting that Walter be a better hypnotist than her worry and stress and drama in her head? Than Mrs. Walter's stress? Yeah, I do notice that if you yourself are calm and clear, then you can deal with people better, or at least a little bit under your control. It's not even your control, but it's like what the moment calls for. I don't know. Nice. Thank you, Lin Yen Chin, for your super chat. And while I'm here reading these super chats, let me read a few coffees, if you please, and if you don't please, before I get back to the calls and stories. But thank you to Trump 2004. It doesn't matter. And LYC on impatience. Hypnotized. Maybe. Let me check. Now you get it, says Lin Yen Chin. Riding tangents. That's Hake. Cesar or Cesar gave a coffee, or a few. So did Base America First, and of course Gregatron. Gregatron states with the super chat, Mark yesterday kind of responded to my message in the chat. My question was, quote, was Mark friends with any Negroes in the military? That's what they called them back in the day. It's not offensive, okay? You don't need to be offended at everything. Thank you, Gregatron. I ask, says Gregatron, because the black men I know from the military are normal, decent, honorable men. Speaking of Men's History Month. Your thoughts, Mark? Nice. And Mark did indicate that he did serve with black American men, and they were fine overall. Honorable guys. But he does still believe in they should be separated. Right on, Gregatron. Base America First is last Wednesday, ABC LA, Los Angeles, reported that Karen Bass, the so-called mayor of Los Angeles, complaining that Trump's immigration crackdown has caused businesses to see a drastic reduction in immigrant customers. When one breadwinner, one wage earner is gone, this is a quote, and disappears. To survive in our city economically, you need 2, 3, and 4 wage earners to keep housing, to keep food on the table, to keep clothes on your kids, Karen Bass said. Perhaps ABC, says Based America First, should have asked Karen Bass why she supports illegal employment, or if she's so concerned about jobs, why she increased Los Angeles minimum wage, eliminating 20,000 jobs. Did she do that? Typical demon rat dropping illegal when discussing immigration, not pointing out that they're illegal, and focusing on the boogeyman Trump to distract from demon rat policies causing unaffordable housing, food, and goods. That's a fact. Based America First. Such a fact. Yeah, the Democrat policies are what's the liberal, remember the shutdowns that messed up the economy in the first place? That was Democrats doing. Oh, Trump shut it down for 15 days. Yeah, And then he wanted to open it back up. And he said repeatedly, we got to open back up and get back to business. And Florida did that. And Florida did fine. Shout out to that guy, Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSanctimonious. Happy Men's History Month, Ron DeSantis. And Ron Paul. A much maligned man, that is. And Cesar or Cesar, 3 coffees. I have nothing but support for you today, sir. Have a great day, y'all. Salute. 10 thumbs up, 10 strong arm, 10 thanks hands or praying. Thank you, Cesar or Cesar. Very cool. And this was Lin Yun Chin's super chat there that I read off screen. And if you mosey on over to the Hake Report, you can see some of my notes and links and things like that. I will be getting to a bit of the news, but I'd like to get to Alan in Michigan on the line over here. Alan, thank you for calling and holding, man. Happy Men's History Month.
Yes, same to you.
Thank you.
Now, what I'm about to say, I don't want to sound like I'm apple polishing you. Let's face it, we've had some disagreements, and I don't want to come off like I'm trying to schmooze you every time I call. When I see something you're doing right, hey, I'm going to call you out on it, and today I'm going to call you out on it.
Nice.
Your conversation with Phil from Missouri. I see you picked up a lot of technique from Jesse on this. And I remember a call that came in from Ohio from a lady, and I could just see the change of gears that you did when you were talking with her. And one of the things I absolutely agree with, well, you do what you want to do. I'm basically paraphrasing what you said.
Right.
And that's true. You cannot, people are, you should do this, you should do that. No, here's some information, here's some examples, here's some ways you might do it, but it's ultimately up to you. Kudos for that.
Nice. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's an important point, because that's part of the disclaimer, right? I disclaim everything that I say, and you're in the situation, you got to do what you see to do, if you see it all.
Right.
And even if you don't
Right.
see, you're going to end up doing what you blindly think to do.
You can probably figure I picked up a few of phrases, disavow. I like that. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But Phil in Missouri, this brings up, the man is, again, I'm an 80-year-old man who has never been married or had children, so I'm vetting myself that I'm the last person to say, well, I've had experience with this. I have not. The possibility of marriage for me disappeared and left the dock decades ago. So here I go, just from what I've observed.
All right.
What he is, women, and I call it the third curse of Eve from Genesis, but in any case, she is looking, she's apparently, I'm presuming or speculating that she is not happy with her husband. She has that third curse of Eve, wants to wear the pants in the family, wants it her way. She's looking for a beta provider, protector, and she sees a possibility in him. What's going to happen to him? He is going to be raising and providing for children over another man. And I hope this is a word that I'm allowed to use. This is cuckoldry.
Yeah.
Cuckoldry.
Raising,
and you know what that is.
That's
right.
A bird who lays its eggs in another bird's nest, and that other bird ends up raising the cuckold bird's children. And it sounds dirty because people are so corrupt and perverted that some people think that they like that, and other people look down on them for being so perverted.
Right.
Yeah.
That he would be involved in what's called voluntary cuckoldry. He's taking it on himself. Okay,
Yeah.
If he
It's
wants to
basically
do
what
that,
America did with bringing in all these illegals, taking on other
Right.
people's problems.
And a while ago, you had mentioned when we were in a conversation about welfare, and that's involuntary cuckoldry. You and me and anybody else are helping raise the children, the genetic material of other people's children. I don't care if they're black, white, Hispanic, or whatever. That is wrong. And it goes back to the Bible. Why was virginity so important? Well, that's why. Because you're going to a woman and say, baby, I want to marry you because I want children that are my children. That is the whole idea of to be fruitful and multiply, not to raise other people's children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Now,
as Jesus said, if a man divorces his wife and she gets with another man, she commits adultery or something like that. I don't know, whatever.
Yes, I just
Something
read that. Just a coincidence that I just read that scripture and you mentioned it. Yeah, pure coincidence, right? Not. Not. But to finish off, I was going to go on, and I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but there's a scientific reason behind that too. But I'm not going to go into it today.
Okay.
This is going to be for the future. I do want to say I listened to one of your broadcasts 5 years ago, and I was aware, but it's interesting that you apparently are quite aware of the work and podcasts of the late Azzmador.
Right. Yeah. He was our resident historian.
And I'm going to have to look up. You had mentioned that Jesse had interviewed him, and I'm going to have to go through Jesse's stuff to find out and watch that interview. It will be quite interesting.
Actually, he interviewed Jesse a couple of times.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think that
okay.
I don't know if JLP ever interviewed him, but if you let's see. I don't know if I have any links to it on my page. But the line on my webpage, which says "News from a Christian alpha male perspective," that's a quote from Azzmador when he was describing my show one time, a couple of years ago. Because he's had me on his program. He really liked Jesse and me. His first interview with JLP was with the Daily Shoah. I disavow. He was brought on as a co-host, and he was hounding JLP a bit. But afterwards, he realized Jesse was right about the anger thing. He just misunderstood Jesse, kind of jumped to conclusions, which people commonly do. Jump to the wrong conclusion of what Jesse was about. And, Jesse likes the Jews, and so he agrees with JLP like 80%, but he really loved and appreciated Jesse. Called him his pastor at one point.
I'm not going to mention it'll be a competitor, but there is a podcaster, and I'm not going to name them, that is compiling Azzmador's material.
That's right.
And so shortly I'll be able to probably go back and do that. So, again, thanks for the info on that. And it's fascinating. What they say, great minds think alike. Well, I guess that's kind of true in this case. Well, thank you very much for taking my call and spending so much time. And thanks for the info.
Yeah.
And I have to look. I didn't see your program yesterday because I was busy. And then one of your people with the notes, Greggration or whatever, was making a reference to Mark. So you must have said something yesterday. So I got to go back and listen to the program. So
right on.
It's going to be a double dose today for me.
Yeah, Mark called in and responded to something that Greggration had asked in the chat. So, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for calling, taking my call, and have a great one.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
If you go to Hake Appearances, you can see some of the links that Hake and Azzmador called into the Hake report back in 2020 when JLP had that guy, this Jewish guy, was doing an ad for him when he was making all this, he was spending all this money to run for president. Oh, man, that's funny. Didn't have as much gray in my beard back then. Okay, so, nice. Right on. Quickly, let me get to Daniel in Texas, who's on the line over here. Daniel, how you doing, man?
I'm well, James. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
So the previous caller, what's his name? He's one of my favorites. What's his name again?
Oh, Alan in Michigan.
Alan. Yeah, he's sharp. I like him.
Yeah.
Azzmador has passed, and his his contemporaries from InfoStormer put up a website called Azzmador.com, which has all of the broadcasts. So if he's looking for the Jesse interview, it'll be somewhere in 2019, I think October, November, somewhere in November and October of 2019.
Nice.
Is when that collaboration happened, and it'll probably be in there. And
that's the one with that's the one with just Azzmador and the Asian guy, right?
Right. Right. I'm trying to remember the name of the Asian guy. It was.
I can't
it was
remember.
like Ang
but he's
Lee
from
or
the
something.
internet. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Internet, fake Asian guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of role playing, but that was, I want to say, October of 2019. I remember it well, man, because I had been following Azzmador since 2017-ish, 2018.
Yeah.
More likely. And it was long after he had been involved with Charlottesville is when I started listening to him. My pipeline for finding Azzmador, I want to say was it was Dr. Duke, David Duke, and then I found the Stormer. And then that's where Azzmador was doing his radio shows. It was on that website.
Yeah.
And then I discovered Azzmador, and through Azzmador, I discovered Jesse Lee Peterson. And shortly after I discovered Jesse Lee Peterson through Azzmador, because he was talking about the Ben Shapiro interview that Jesse did. So that's how I discovered Jesse. And then they did that collaboration. And what that was, that particular collaboration happened as a result of trying to understand what to do in a political climate that was very volatile. And it seemed like people after Charlottesville were misguided. They fell into a trap. And now, what way is there to voice any political grievance? There seems to be no way. And what Jesse Lee Peterson's message is, you have to forgive. You have to get over this resentment. And you have to do it personally with your family. Forgive your parents.
Yeah.
And that, to me, was the first time, because they were at the helm of these political grievances. They were the centralized point of information for these grievances. And combining that message with JLP's message, I think, changed the trajectory of those grievances to decentralize to each individual man to take care of himself.
Yeah.
And that's so.
And what's interesting is some people are concerned that that's not a good thing because whites they call it radical individualism.
Okay.
Where if you're too individual, you don't care about your white fellow man. and you every man for himself, and meanwhile these other groups are grouping together against the white man, and they think that that's the problem.
The groups in themselves are not the problem, but the nature of the spirit of the groups is.
Yeah.
And coming together for the sake of evil is different than coming together for the sake of goodness.
Yeah.
And so, but you have to see it for what it is. And if you can't, then that's a problem. You won't know which group you are in.
True.
Anyway, somewhere in November 2019 at Azzmadorslair.com, you can find that interview with Jesse, and probably in Azzmador's Rumble channel as well.
I found I was looking up while you were talking. I looked up the one prior to that where Jesse first talked with Azzmador, who was kind of like a guest co-host of that Daily Shoah thing interview with Jesse that was from 2018. And that one was the first introduction where they didn't really agree with. It was friendly, but they didn't agree with Jesse.
Right.
Yeah.
They weren't in the same headspace.
Yeah, they thought that the children of the lie are Jews only, but it's not. It's not just them.
Right. They don't get an exclusive hold of it.
Right. Right on, man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll let you get to your next caller.
Happy Men's History Month. Nice moment.
You too. All right. Azzmador for Men's History.
Yeah,
Bye.
Indeed. Bye. Rest in peace to Azzmador. Yeah, he was a very strong Jew critic. Very strongly Jew critic, but he really appreciated JLP's message about the anger thing. Nice. Okay, so let's get to some news, shall we? A little bit, right? Pass. They're trying to promote Taylor Swift's 12th album. 12 albums. Congratulations. Happy White History Month. She went from sort of girly, quaint, perhaps overly precious, I don't know, pop country, to like degenerate hip-hop pop mess. But always, every song that I've ever heard has been very well written. Meaning that, not that I understand what well written even means, I just like, okay, this is not boring. It's actually an interesting melody. You know what I mean? Because some of those melodies, some of these songs are just, they're trying to get you excited, but they're like overly repetitive or something. And she's more sophisticated than that. So hats off to T Swift for that. Dumb liberal. Anyway, DC takeover. I'm really excited about Trump taking over DC. He gets 48 hours and possibly an extension to 30 days. Nice. And these evil people like Muriel Bowser and this other black female police chief, how embarrassing. Come on, DC. Get it together. Who knew that DC was so black? And female. Just degenerate. Isn't that where Comet Pizza is? Which seems like possibly a fun place. Comet Pizza is where they thought that Pizzagate was taking place. I don't know. But look at these gals. I mean, they look like they would be, fun to talk to for a minute. I didn't know that that's what Muriel Bowser looked like. What did I picture? I feel like I must have pictured some other black gal. But that's her. She put Black Lives Matter, a hate sign, on the street of D.C. in front of the White House or somewhere near the White House. And then this gal, is that her natural hair? It might be, or it might not be. you know, mildly attractive. Muriel Bowser, Metropolitan Police Department Chief Pamela A. Smith. On Monday, they're yapping. Trump is moving to take over D.C., according to far-left extremist, off-the-deep-end, anti-American AP, Associated Press. President Donald J. Trump took unprecedented steps toward federalizing Washington, D.C. on Monday. What else could the motivation be other than to get a handle on the evil crime that's out of control? But they want to call him a tyrant. Like, give me a break. Duh. Saying it's needed to fight crime even as city leaders, so-called leaders, point to data showing violence is down. Down from what? Oh, it's from the top of the dung pile to the second most highest of the dung pile, you know? So why this matters? Trump says it's needed to fight crime. City leaders point to data. Democrat mayor, they call it Democratic. No, she's a Democrat. I call them worse than that. Muriel, kind of an interesting name, Muriel. Sounds like it might even be an American name. Bowser, nice. Called the takeover unprecedented, saying violent crime overall in Washington, D.C. that is, has decreased to a 30-year low. 30 years ago, the crime was still out of control, lady. After a rise in 2023. Because what was 30 years ago? Mid-90s, right? Yeah, 95. The crime had gone, pretty well down by 95 from the crack epidemic, where they were just killing each other left and right like crazy. And maybe they had a lot of whites, so they were really counting it. Whites in charge, I don't know. Section 740 of the House Rule Act allows the president to take over Metropolitan Police Department of Washington, D.C. for 48 hours. That's 2 days. With possible extensions for up to 30 days during times of emergencies. Not immediately clear how the takeover might last, how long, or exactly what it might mean. It could also face challenges in court. Congress still has the power over things like the budget and laws passed by the city council, but would have to repeal the Home Rule Act to expand federal power over the district. And as Rick from Hampton, VA, you guys all love Rick, right? If you love anybody, we love Rick. He said, if you want people to visit your capital, you want it to be a beautiful place to visit, you want your capital to have its leaders meeting, you want your capital to be safe, nice, but it's not safe and it's not nice. And then so you have these black lawmakers like Tim Scott, the rhino one, not to be confused with the Tim Scott who donates to the shows. The so-called senator, rhino senator. He gets along with Trump, though, to our detriment. Complaining, oh, I was pulled over 30 times. Maybe you just drive fast, buddy. And plus, they have a crime problem in D.C. Anyway. So these are some of the headlines that far-left extremist AP. Nation's capital finds itself at the center of a Donald Trump maelstrom. What's a maelstrom? I've seen that word before. M-A-E-L-S-T-R-O-M. Oh, no. A powerful whirlpool in the sea of a river, or a river. Oh, I didn't know that. A situation or a state of confused movement or violent turmoil. He's trying to calm down the maelstrom, really. Or how do you say this?
Maelstrom.
Whoa. At least it was a man telling me how to pronounce. Thank you, Google, for making the pronouncer a man. Men's History Month. Because they always give some woman voice.
Maelstrom.
Maelstrom. Cool. M-A-E-L. I like the A-E, the look of the A-E together. Whoa, they have it in the Bible? It's a Dutch word. Hey, shout out to the Dutch. A grinding stream. Maelstrom means stream. Cool. According to this internet thing. Don't trust the internet, okay? I disclaim the internet. All right? Fun. Very fun. Nice word, far left AP. AP has the best words. DC residents react to Trump's plan to remove homeless encampments. Yeah, he's going to deal with the homeless bums. Nice. Fact focus. Not truth focus. Fact truth. Trump exaggerates and misstates facts on Washington crime. But he's a man of truth. And they are girly facts. Piddly little facts. Remember, I used to have a caller who would call in with his piddly little facts. I had to ban him. Facts not welcome here on the Hake Report. I disclaim. AP. Communists like facts. Did you notice that? And a lot of their facts are not true. They're not. The E is silent, Hake. Maelstrom. Whatever. Yeah, so I had to put arm's length because people are such snakes with their facts. It's true. Think about it. Sweet Amy says only lies allowed on the Hake Report. Nice. So thank you, our greatest president, Trump. I love it. Remember Seth Rich, the Democrat? The conspiracy theorists speculated that Seth Rich may have been behind the DNC email leaks. Others claim, no, it was Russia. Seth Rich was walking home after going to the bar or something like that in Washington, D.C. He was a patriotic Democrat, if you can believe it. I didn't know, but there's patriotic people who dumb young Democrats, right? Or old Democrats. Just, blind brainwashed people. And he was murdered in the street. They called it a botched robbery. They hadn't even taken his wallet, but I could believe that it was just a botched robbery. Just as I could believe that Epstein did kill himself in a prison, in the jail cell, I mean. So, and that went unsolved. That was 2016, I want to say. Some speculate that it was like an assassination or whatever. I don't know. But either way, I feel like some of the evil people like for crime to be out of control so they can do an assassination and then just chalk it up to, oh, this is a violent crime. It's just a violent crime, unsolved, botched robbery. What's up, Zenny? He's laughing. Hake is so compromised. You have to compromise. You have to cope. You better learn to cope if you're going to get on in this world. So, I don't know what happened to Seth Rich, but it's not good to have crime. That's not good for business. That's not good for people's livelihoods. That's not good for people being able to not have to lock their doors at night. It's not right. Trump knows that if you have peace, you can have prosperity. But you have to have peace. He's built businesses and built buildings and things. And he's like, run along, little homeless veterans, or not so little homeless veterans. You're bringing down the atmosphere in front of my Trump Tower. And that's a fact. And that's the truth. Shout out to the homeless veterans. You have to have peace, make things look nice, and people are honest, follow the law, and get along, and then you can have much more prosperity. Shout out to our greatest president, Donald J. Trump. Happy Men's History Month. Taking over D.C., over these black females. Oh, how come it's not going? Oh. Why is it doing that? Oh, nice. Over these gals. Who do you trust more to fix D.C.? Oh, yeah, those ladies really have a handle on the crime. Pfft, not. All right. That's enough hamming it up for right now. That's a pretty nice seal, though. District of Columbia. Is that Muriel Bowser? Is that Muriel Bowser? Oh, that might be that might be Pamela Smith. She seems like, she seems kind of fun, actually. But they seem just so poserish there. All right, so enough of that. Thank you, nice. Thank you kindly. I do scoff a little bit. You guys may disagree with me, but I scoff at the notion of Australia, New Zealand recognizing a Palestinian state. And I have to wonder, will Palestine get a state? Will they get a we feel sorry for you state? The way that they claim that we did for Israel after World War II? Will they get their state? Or are they recognizing something that is just being decimated and going away? Because remember, we normally hurry to recognize stuff that's going away, that's gone already. When America was becoming more atheist, we started asserting, no, we're a Christian nation. A lot of us, a lot of people. And we are, but the claiming it is a sign that it's not true. I'm not afraid, says the fearful person, right? I'm not nervous. Palestine is real. It's a real country. It's barely there. I don't know, maybe the West Bank is okay. So I wonder what will be. But Australia and New Zealand, they themselves are barely countries anymore, right? And so they want to recognize some other country as some other thing, wannabe country as a state. But you're not even a state. Australia and New Zealand, Australians, you're on notice. Even the based conservative ones, if you will. Where's Mina? You're on notice, Mina. I had a great call from a caller yesterday who had a falling out. All 4 for 4. That means please in Spanish. Please. 4 for 4. Australians, get a hold of yourselves. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let me get to some calls here. Zenny in Canada. First time caller, Zenny, or have you gotten on the Hake Report before?
I'm pretty sure I've called you before, Hake, right? Right?
Maybe. I don't know. I've heard you on other shows. I don't remember whether you've called before.
You're the only show that will have me now, Hake.
Terrible. Really?
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
But I am banned from JLP chat, bro. Can you do something about that? Unban me from that chat.
Sure, I'll do that for you.
Thank you.
It's
Please.
Men's History Month. We have a year of jubilee for you.
Yeah, forgive me for my past whatever I've done. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But we got to talk Epstein, bro.
Okay.
We got to talk what's going on. This is because man, the Jews, Nick Fuentes, it's all coming to a head right now. Don't you agree? Don't you see it coming?
I do see that a lot of people are talking about it seems palatable to be talking about them to a lot of people now.
Yeah. I mean, it's becoming less and less taboo, it seems. But to me, almost, it's funny. It almost seems like they are allowing it now. Like they're allowing this to happen for some reason.
Well, I think it's kind of good for everybody because there are
Get it out of their
Jews.
system.
The Jews are divided amongst themselves, honestly.
You know, it seems that way, but I mean, no, they're definitely. I mean, regarding what though?
Regarding
Gaza?
Gaza. You know, I was thinking about. I don't know if this is going to answer your question, but I was thinking about Nick Fuentes. He says some things about Jews, right? And they don't like it. But
they don't.
But the college campuses, there are pro-Palestinian people who are Jewish, even some of them, and they're making these encampments, and some of them are like, "No Jews allowed." I guess I don't know, maybe. That's what I heard. That's the story that I heard.
No Zionists allowed.
They're doing, yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
They're doing these encampments on like UCLA in the quad, or they did those.
Well, not anymore, right?
Right.
Trump
this is like a year ago.
Settlement to Trump now, so
a year or two ago, and there was some just nastiness and just nastiness. Yeah. Whereas Nick Fuentes, he just has words, and sometimes they're harsh, sometimes they're just true.
Yeah.
But these people are just openly nasty and trying to be communist against you, against Jewish Zionist students, we'll say. And but which is worse, the right winger who is just overall Christian to everybody, but says nasty things maybe, or true things, or the fake we love everybody communists who are just nasty and evil to people who are racist or Jewish and Zionist.
I mean, I don't know if that really addresses my question though, but
I was just pointing out the difference between
he's not violent. Nick he's at all. He never calls for violence.
Yeah. But there's a shutdown on him, and there's a shutdown on him, and then you have all this rallying around of these people, a big portion of whom are just nasty, evil, vindictive people. The left has always been more violent than the right, and I think that there are many Jews on the left who are kind of anti-Zionist, and they're nastier than the Zionist Jews, I think.
Well, I mean, Zionist Jews are killing Christians in Israel right now, so
they're killing Christians in Israel?
Well, they have. Zionist
Jews
have killed Christian Palestinians.
Oh, Christian Palestinians.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they just got caught up. They just got swept up.
All lives matter. All lives matter.
I know, but they got swept up, right? That's the war.
Yeah, we can't just be swept up.
Was it targeting the Christians?
I mean, what about when they shot that church the other day? That was a tank targeted a church.
I heard that it was an errant munition. I read an apology from Bibi.
Oh, well, someone died. That's a bit. You're shooting a church and people die and people are seriously injured. That's apology doesn't really cut it. They think they can.
But
just
it's war, man. I mean, I get that you can question the war, but it's war. What do you expect? Innocent people are gonna die, or so-called innocent. Bibi.
No, I get that, but there's a certain level where you have to be like, that's wrong. There's a certain level where you say that is wrong and we're calling it out, and we won't accept an apology that doesn't cut it at that point.
Bibi's,
another example.
This is from Friday. Are you talking about Friday the 18th? Bibi is sorry about the Catholic Church that was hit in Gaza by a stray munition, but you called it targeted, and he called it stray.
Yeah, because it was from a tank. How does a tank just have a stray munition?
I don't know. I don't know. What do you know about tanks? I don't know about tanks. You don't want to take Bibi at his word?
They're not firing off at nothing. Those things are worth a lot of money.
Do you not want to take Bibi at his word?
No, definitely not.
Why not?
Definitely not. Because Bibi does not seem like a person that I should be taking his word. And that's another thing. Like, why are you so on Bibi? Like, he's lied so much about so many things. Literally got us into Iraq, all these wars in the Middle East, saying that, oh, yeah, all this great stuff is going to happen when you invade Iraq.
He's not the only one who got us into it. I get that he may have been pro-Iraq war, but he's not the only one who got us into Iraq. Let's be honest.
I know he's not the only one, but it's him in cahoots with all the regular folk that are just bankrupting America. They're not doing
whole-
anything for Americans. They're just doing stuff for Israel. They're making Israel great again. It's not cool.
How did the Iraq War make Israel great again?
Because they were the biggest opposing power in the area next to Iran. So with Iraq being gone, Israel has free reign.
Israel
That's why they
deeply regrets that a stray ammunition hit Gaza's
Oh, they
Holy
deeply
Family
regret it
Church.
now.
Wow, you're
They
talking.
deeply regret it.
Don't talk over
someone
BB's
died,
words.
So I'm sure they regret it a bit more.
Hey, BB's talking. You're not supposed to talk when
Non-based BB. Synagogue of Satan BB.
Every innocent life lost is a tragedy, says Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office in a statement after the only Catholic church in Gaza was attacked on Thursday.
The only one. They had to get the only one.
Right.
The only one
so
left.
you're acting like there's all these Christians. There's only one.
Yeah, because they blasted the rest of them. There really used to be a bunch.
You're saying that there were other Catholic churches in Gaza?
Of course, there were other. There was a huge Christian community in Palestine. It's the original Christian land.
I don't know about that, man. I think there's more Christians.
Well, you read your Bible again.
There's
all
more
those places, Bethlehem, all those places.
That's Israel.
Well, it used to be Palestine.
There are what?
Before they took it, it used to be Palestine.
It wasn't. Three people died and several others, including the parish priest, were injured. Rest in peace.
Horrible.
So that was from the 18th. The news report from Friday the 18th.
And what about the one where they killed all those ambulance workers and then buried the ambulances with the bodies using heavy equipment and then lied about it? That was the one where I was like, okay, these guys are seriously on some evil stuff.
Hey, Zenny.
Yeah.
Love keeps no record of wrongs.
Okay.
That's in the Bible.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Wow. Why are you just shrugging off the Bible?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to use the Bible to justify the murder, the blatant murder, and lying about the murder of.
I'm not justifying anything. I'm just giving you.
No, you are. You're putting it out there like you're justifying it.
Well, I'm not justifying it. It was an accident, according to BB. I'm not saying it was an accident. I disclaim BB's words. I'm not saying that he's telling the truth or not. You're saying that he's lying. I don't know whether he's lying.
Yeah, I think he's lying. I think he's a liar.
But why you assume?
Also, did you hear that they
don't you know not to think?
No, they stopped patrols on October 7th. Everyone knows that Israel had the most well-defended border, and then all of a sudden you just let all these Hamas people just pour in? Yeah, right. There's videos of soldiers saying that they were told to stand down from a certain time on October 7th.
So you're thinking that they let it happen on purpose in order to go in there and clean up the mess?
This is the level of evil we're dealing with, Hank.
Is it? Can you sympathize with them wanting to get those problem people out of there?
No.
Why not?
No, because it no way can I sympathize with wanting to sacrifice the people that you claim that you want to protect your people, the Jews, the people of Israel, and you're going to let them be raped, pillaged, and killed just so you can go in and rape, pillage, and kill some other people.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
That is the definition of evil. And they probably
I don't know if they let it happen or not. It may be kind of like 9/11. People say, "Oh, we let it happen," and Pearl Harbor. People say, "Oh, we let it happen so that we could go into World War II." I don't know about any of that. I disclaim it. But but I'm asking you a different question. Can you sympathize with Israel wanting to clean up this area that is filled with people who are a problem to them?
I could before. I used to be a big Israel supporter. I've actually been there twice.
Wow. Guided tour?
And I'm actually half Jewish. So
that explains it. The Jewish the Jewish people who are part Jewish or Jewish, they are the most anti-Jewish people.
Yeah, because we know them from the inside out.
Yeah.
and we see what they're capable of, and it's not good.
But it's not any different from anybody else.
No, I see a stark difference now that I believe in Jesus and I'm a part of the Christian community. I see a difference in the Christian community. They have the ones who truly believe, who have the Holy Spirit, they really show the love of Christ, and it's a lot different from the evil of the synagogue of Satan.
So why look down on the lost people?
I mean, I'm not looking down on it. I'm just calling it out for what it is. It's wrong, and you should be calling it out too every day.
But I do.
tacitly. No, you tacitly defend them, Hake. I see it. So I'm calling in right now.
Yeah,
I'm lambasting you. Lambast.
Lambast. That's a nice word.
Yeah.
So what's the problem? What if I really? I'm being pretty honest. I'm being quite honest in my takes.
Okay.
Don't you?
Come on, man. The Epstein thing was like egregious, man. Like,
what? Where I said that he did kill himself, probably, maybe.
No, not even just that. First of all, have you seen the photos of his neck?
No.
Of the injury that he had? There's no way he did that to himself with a sheet, with a little sheet hanging with his legs still touching the ground. He's just leaning forward enough to the point where he dies, and it makes like an incision in his throat. That's impossible.
I don't know, man. You're a break dancer, right? Don't you know how to do crazy things? he looked like a strong, strapping, relatively young man.
There's no way someone can just kill themselves that way. Like hanging. Okay, you have to be okay. When you're hanging, you literally have to hang off something so that your body just naturally doesn't just.
I know,
stop
but actually
from not killing yourself.
Okay, but a lot of people. I actually read about hangings in Bill O'Reilly's book about killing the SS. And a lot of times people will die from the snap and not from the strangulation or, not being able to breathe.
That's from actually hanging themselves off of something. He had a bed. He didn't have anything to hang himself from.
Yeah, but
he only had his bed that he wasn't tall enough to be hanging from. So he had to have his legs on the ground.
But
so he has to be just leaning forward enough to the point where or being on his knees and just his body would naturally just stop itself. That's why people have to hang off things.
But you've
hang themselves like that way.
Have you ever witnessed like a crazy injury from people breakdancing and stuff?
Not an Epstein level injury in which he just magically just dies, and the camera footage just clocks out at the 1 minute, the exact moment where they got the injury. Yeah, no, nothing like that.
So that minute that's missing, is that the exact minute that he died in?
I don't even know if he's dead, man. This guy might be in Israel right now, just living it up with a bunch of young
So
girls.
then, what's the problem?
What's the problem is that politicians that run your country are being blackmailed by Israel to do the bidding of Israel, and now Trump is making Israel great again, and he never talks about white Americans. He never sticks up for white Americans.
Sure, he does. But he doesn't have to talk about us to. He doesn't have to talk about us to stick up for us.
Well, he talks about everyone else in these glowing terms, and
because he knows what's he's.
The Muslim community, the Asian community, the black community.
Yeah.
He never talks about the whites. And it was White History Month last month. Did he recognize it? No, he did not.
Maybe inadvertently.
No, he didn't.
He is living white history. See, white people, you know this. You're part white, aren't you?
No, he literally converted to Judaism. Probably.
No,
he's making Israel great again right now, bro. Like he's doing all these things.
Good, yeah. Did you see he posted MEGA, make Israel great again?
Did he post that?
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
When?
A couple months ago.
Oh.
MIGA. He posted hashtag MIGA. Look it up.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you didn't catch that.
Okay, yeah, I can. Yeah. Well, he is doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. But isn't that good for everybody? Isn't that good for everybody?
No.
Except for the bad guys and the innocent people in Gaza.
No.
Yes.
Have you ever read the Talmud?
No. Don't tell me about it.
Let me give you some choice.
I don't know if I want that.
From the Talmud there.
No.
Whoa, that wasn't it. That wasn't it.
But what's so bad about like a few Democrats getting compromised by blackmail?
But they're not. It's Republicans too, obviously.
I know, but Republicans didn't really hang out with Epstein, so there's a different person who's getting the Republicans.
Maybe so, but I mean, we don't know. We don't know what's in those files because they won't release them.
I feel like you're making Epstein bigger than he is.
No, it's pretty big. It's huge. It's actually fully. I think it's really going to hurt Trump in the to that. Like I can't say I support Trump anymore.
See, you're brainwashed. You're brainwashed by the devil and gossip.
No,
and
This
speculation.
is what they did. They put the Democrats in just to lower our standards so badly that we're going to accept someone who's not even deporting as many people as Obama, while simultaneously making Israel great again, and not really doing enough for the old stock of America, white Americans, which is really who he needs to be protecting. Those are the people that need protecting. You see the white birth rate and how decimated the white population of the world has become?
Yeah.
Has he ever mentioned that?
So, like, whatever Trump does, it doesn't even matter because we're breeding out, we're going extinct anyway.
It could be that way. I mean, like, the Talmud does say that.
And Trump he's trying to deport him. It's just hard to deport him because when he makes when he speaks about how much we need to deport, they make it so hard for him to deport. Whereas Obama, he was kind of flying under the radar, deporting willy-nilly.
Well, I get you. The media definitely focuses more on Trump's deportations and like shows the videos of them every day.
And it's not just the media; it's all these organizations that are not Christian that you have a problem with. your fellow unchristian blood people.
The Jewish ones.
Yeah, the ACLU and all them kind of suing this stuff.
ADL, your best friends now. You love the ADL.
I don't like the ADL. I only like the ADL to learn about the white nationalist symbols and dog whistles and things, so I can learn about them. But that's the only reason. I think I read about Azzmador on like the SPLC or ADL and learned a little about his life. So, and I'm like, oh, okay, interested. But anyway, like those guys are. I mean, you know that these judges are stopping Trump. Why are you acting like Trump is not even trying to deport anybody?
No, I'm not saying he's not trying to. I'm saying it's all a ruse. Okay, they put us. The standards were so low that we're going to accept this now. This is what we'll accept as being like this is making America great again. But we need like even more drastic measures than what's happening now.
I know, but politically you can't get away with that right now.
Well, I mean, definitely the Epstein thing was huge. Like, come on, like we have this compromised list of people that run America, and they're just refusing to release it.
But they said there is no list.
And then he's saying he doesn't want the support of people who are questioning him. Like, that's insane. Insane. Like, do you see?
But don't you see that you're kind of insane right now because you're going way into your head about things.
Nah, I don't think so.
You really are. You think that Bibi was lying about the stray munition thing?
He lies all the time. Every time Bibi talks, he's lying, bro.
Well, I don't know. I find him a great communicator.
And everything.
Do you notice that he's manly? Is he good for Israel?
I mean, he's definitely doing good for his people while simultaneously not allowing white people to do good for themselves. Like,
how is Bibi getting in the way of us?
The reason white people can have their own groups, clubs, and anything on campus that are like white only is because of Jews.
I know, but why are you laying that on Bibi's feet?
Because Zionists are the Jews that are doing that the most. Because it's part of their prophecy that they want to destroy all Christian goyim.
Is George Soros Zionist?
They want to destroy Edom. They think it's part of their prophecy.
Is George Soros Zionist or anti-Zionist?
It's probably a Zionist. I don't know. But they play both sides of this thing. They play both sides.
Right, because the anti-Zionist Jews
better, and then when you get there, it's not better at all.
I find that the anti-Zionist Jews are even nastier than the Zionist Jews. Maybe, I don't know.
On the outside, but then on the inside, they're not letting you have your own club.
Right, the anti-Zionist ones, right? They violent.
Zionist ones too. Both of them. They both don't want white people to have power. I don't know. They have this like. It's like this antichrist spirit where they just hate.
No, Christian it's because we're the closest. We're the closest. We're brothers. We're competitors, and so we kind of hate each other. It's kind of like Irish and Scottish or something.
The Jews and the Christians.
Yeah, especially the smart Jews.
We're not a Judeo-Christian nation. You admit it, then.
Well, we're kind of are now, right? Don't you think?
Well, we are. We definitely are. We're a Christian Judeo nation.
You too in Canada?
Oh,
so were you raised Christian or did you become Christian?
Huh?
Were you raised Christian or did you become Christian
or
both?
I was raised in like a kind of half Christian, half Jewish atheist household, let's say.
Oh, cool. The plot thickens.
Yeah. Well, Canada's like India now.
Canada is like India now?
Yeah, we are India now. They erected a giant...
and is that the Jews' fault too?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they're the one pushing the immigration stuff.
And now, but now they don't like it.
Destroying all these countries.
They're suffering too. They're just forgive them. They were just blind.
This is the thing that no one realizes, that when it gets really, really bad in the West, and like it's not worse than it is now, like
right,
civil war in the streets, Israel's gonna say, all Jews can come to Israel. You have the right of return.
Nice.
And then they're gonna leave. They're gonna leave us in the muck with the Indians and the blacks and the Chinese and the Muslim horde, and you're gonna get ransacked. And you can't go because they're gonna say, "Oh, are you Jewish?" And you say,
I'll
I
turn
supported
Jewish.
you guys. I supported Bibi, but are you Jewish though?"
Yes.
You're gonna say no, and they're gonna check your blood or something, and then they're gonna kick you off the plane.
But you're way in your head about the future, man. And,
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I
But I
get
am a
that.
prophet.
I
though.
get that. You're a prophet.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, I have the gift of prophecy.
And is this one of your prophecies, or is this your?
Yeah,
You can kind
it's
of
a
just see it
prophecy.
coming.
That's definitely gonna
No,
happen.
for real. I'm
That's
asking for
definitely
real.
gonna happen. Ain't no way. The only way that's not happening is if you guys elect Nick Fuentes 2032.
I'm sure that'll. I imagine that is a strong possibility.
They're good. Yeah.
Don't
Everyone
you,
prays
do
for
you
Nick.
notice that Nick is not nasty?
He's not what?
Not nasty.
Not. Sorry, I can't hear the word.
He's not nasty. Nasty.
Nasty. Oh. Yeah. No, I'm really actually watching a bunch of his clips lately, and I'm actually really impressed about when he's not on his own show and he's with other people. Like he can really control himself really well, and he talks very well. He's very mature.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And he sticks. I don't know if he does or not because I haven't really watched him closely, but it's better to stick with what you know rather than get too far into speculation.
And he knows a lot. Like his repository
Yeah.
of knowledge about different subjects is actually really impressive. Like
Yeah. Reminds me of that guy, Betsy DeVos's brother, the guy who founded Blackwater.
I don't even know who that is.
Uh,
He reminds me a little bit of
Eric
Stephen Miller,
Prince.
who's a Jew.
Who?
But I like the way he talks. So.
Reminds me of who?
Stephen Miller.
Oh, yeah, Stephen Miller. Based Stephen Miller. Am I right?
He seems pretty base, but then, like, I don't know, man. He's Jewish, so I can't trust him.
I don't care about yeah, that too, but you can't trust you can't even trust the Christians, really. But
True.
Stephen Miller, his wife has a podcast now.
Oh, yeah?
Lord. Yeah.
I would love to see him on, like, an hour-long podcast. All I see him is on those
Yeah,
media.
the short segments on the cable shows, huh?
I want to see Nick Fuentes interview Stephen Miller. Ooh, 2
That
hours.
would be awesome. Yep.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, Stephen Miller is from my area. I mean, he's up in this area like Beverly, or he was raised a liberal Jewish family, and he started reading Guns and Ammo magazine by Wayne LaPierre and became conservative, started calling Larry Elder's radio show, and then became the based Trump guy. One of my top 10 favorite Jews, Stephen Miller.
Yeah. Who's your top one Jew? Bibi?
Jesus, probably.
Oh.
And then David.
I don't. Jesus was a Jew. Jesus was.
Was
Jesus a Jew? I don't know about that.
Was he not the lion from the tribe of Judah, or am I confusing him with David or something?
I don't know about that.
I know that he was mixed because he was part Rahab the prostitute was in his from Jericho was in his lineage, right?
I heard he didn't speak Hebrew. He spoke Aramaic.
That might be true.
So he was definitely an Israelite. I think that's the thing. It's a whole like kind of ruse here. Israel, Israelite, the Israel of today, the ancient Israel. They're all different things.
Yeah, these other tribes, are they allowed in?
Yeah,
I'm from the tribe of Asher. Can I get into the modern Israel?
I mean, yeah, but I don't know.
Nobody really knows, huh?
I don't know. I don't know if Israel today is just comprised of the tribe of Judah.
Right.
That's one thing. Like it could be just the tribe of Judah.
People
it could
think
be
that they're
people,
not. People think that
Jews.
people think that one, they're not, or two, there's no way of proving or knowing.
Right.
That what anybody is.
They definitely are. There's one thing you can say about them. They're definitely blessed. They're blessed. They have a lot of resources. They seem to be blessed by God. Like they do kind of rule over the world right now.
Yeah.
So
why not get along with them and like be gracious?
Just be their cattle. Just be their goyim.
A little bit.
Just be their good goy.
Be a nice slave.
Look. Be a good slave, like the Bible says.
Yeah. Like, accept your lot in life. You know, yeah, they totally remind me of like Joseph in the coat of many colors. His brothers sold him into slavery in Egypt, and everywhere Joseph went, he found favor with people. And he became like he became the top guy in prison. He was the top slave. Potiphar's until Potiphar's wife tried to Me Too him, and and all kinds of. And then he was the second man. He was the number 2. He was Pharaoh's top guy.
Right.
Yeah. So it just kind of reminds me.
We're not slaves in Egypt anymore. We're freed to the blood of Jesus. So I don't think we should be second to Pharaoh.
Right, but yes,
I think Christians are the true Israel. Honestly, I think we're the true inheritance of the true blessing. I think they have worldly blessing in the sense of, yeah, they have all these resources. They're rich. They seem to be in control of this world. But this world is fading away, and when they're judged on their actions, like killing a bunch of ambulance workers and burying them and lying about it, they're going to be judged harshly.
I'm laughing, but I'm not.
Especially because they haven't accepted Jesus as their savior. They don't have that. They don't have the protection. So it seems like a blessing now, but it's not a blessing in the future.
Yeah, you know what? They end up.
What does it say? The last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Exactly. That's biblical.
You know how they brought in all these immigrants? How they supported bringing in all these illegals and real immigrants, so-called, and refugees, and those people are turning on them. And then they are also brainwashing the people to be kind of anti-Christian, and both the Christians now, many of the Christians, and the anti-Christians are against Israel and against Jews, just like they're against the whites. And so they have literally made it worse for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Bible says something there.
And so I think that you better be... We are going to... The leadership that's turning anti-Israel is going to be worse than the leadership that is overly pro-Israel in your mind. You notice that?
I mean, if they're Muslim, if they're anything other than Christian,
exactly. Yeah. And the Christians are not making the babies. It's the Muslims and the Buddhists, we'll call them, the Hindus.
The Confucians. Well, China is going to be the biggest Christian country in a couple decades. Something like that.
Yeah, stuff is always changing. You don't know what the future is going to be. Mr. Prophet.
No, I don't. But
fun call.
I have certain prophecies. You know, I think that one that I laid down today, I think that's definitely going to come true. Because we're just being overrun. Like you see it in Europe, you see it in the UK. I don't know how you can't go against that tide of immigration without having
demographics is destiny.
Huge conflicts.
Yeah.
But it's all being set up. Like, so they were obviously all like they imported the most amount of immigrants to Canada ever in our history during the scamdemic.
Wow, that doesn't even make sense to do that.
Right? It's just like, stay inside, but we're going to import 1 billion Indians.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, we need a bunch of Uber drivers now. And now, here's another prophecy. Those Uber drivers, they're going to be, that's going to be like the foot soldiers of this. You know those e-bikes?
Yes.
They're going to be leaving those around as improvised bombs everywhere, man. Those are just, we got like foreign armies setting up in all these Western nations. It's crazy.
Yeah. What a mess.
Good thing I get my ticket to Israel.
Well, is there any brief, in short question that I can answer for you to wrap up?
In question. Oh, just please remember to unban me from the JLP chat.
Already done.
Thank you. And I don't know, nothing. Just it was a good conversation. It was a good long one. You didn't rush me at all. I guess you got no other caller.
No, I do. I actually have. There's only one line open. It was just kind of interesting.
Nice. Thank you. That was a good conversation.
Yeah.
I want to commend you, and God bless you guys.
All right. Thank you, Zenny. Take care.
All right. Good, bro.
Bye. Ben, a first-time caller in Colorado. We only have about 5 minutes left. I'm going to try to get to all of you. We'll see, though. What's up, Ben in Colorado? What's up? How you doing?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey.
First of all, don't unban that last guy. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to, I did feel like I understood a lot of what you were saying, that you, not just you, but a lot of the guys that we listen to are a little too soft on this Israel thing. And it's because of this, Jesus was a Jew. He was the king of the Jews, but then that ended, didn't it? So what is it about the Christian perspective? I don't know about your perspective, but like, what do you or Jesse, like, what is this Jewish, like this leniency towards Jewish Americans, people who, their lineage goes back rejecting Christ and think we're not, like, lesser than animals. So what's that about?
I was raised Christian, and I was raised, one of the things I would hear every so often, especially during like presidential things, was we're pro-Israel. We like Israel. We support Israel. If you bless Israel, it's God will bless you. Or if you curse Israel, God will curse you. And so it just seems connected to Christianity on some level to be like that. Yep.
So Israel was started in 1945 after World War II.
I know, by the UN. And I disclaim that.
Okay, so what's the real Israel now?
I don't even know.
Okay, so we can't take Netanyahu, we can't just take them on, hey, we're called Israel. Okay, well, we don't know what that is now.
Right.
So why are we sacrificing, and why are we letting you guys do this stuff? We can agree that this is some sort of blackmail about the Jewish people.
Well, I think of them as a country with some sway, and we have a lot of people in America, both Christians and Jews, who support Israel, and that holds some sway over what we allow and support and stuff like that.
Do you, just random last question,
yeah.
Do you or JLP or any of you guys over there that you're doing great work, do any of you receive Jewish funding from Jewish donors?
I'm sure that there are some like individuals who support us who are Jewish.
They don't have any sway in what you talk about and how you talk about it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
Nothing like
All
that.
Right. Just checking.
Yeah. People get in their heads about stuff like that, and they come to conclusions like ZENNY was concluding about BB lying about everything.
Well, this is like the topic of our time right now.
It's a big topic in people's heads.
Well, not in people's heads, in Gaza, in Palestine, in Ukraine, and what do you mean in people's heads? It's happening everywhere. It's actually real life.
Ukraine has to do with the Jews?
Zelensky, what is he? What is Zelensky?
He's Jewish, I heard.
Okay, ding, ding, ding.
I know, but
So
like we're trying to bring.
Don't tell me I'm stupid.
I know, but I'm not.
Like,
I'm not one of those Ukraine supporters.
Here.
I'm a Russia simp.
Okay, dude.
Don't you?
You guys figure it out. If you can sleep at night, fine.
What's that mean?
It means like you're really being like
a minute and a half.
You're an American, right?
Yeah.
You're a Christian, right?
Yeah.
So why are you so like? I don't know, dude. There feels like there's some gatekeeping going on with Christian Americans being like, oh no, there's something about Jewish people that's special. Actually, it's not. There's not.
But
Christ died. His blood spilled.
But aren't they kind of uniquely talented and positioned in the world, where you have to kiss up to them and get along with them?
Oh, dude, that sounds like a slave mentality, dog.
I know, but it's a reality too.
All right.
Are you part Jewish? Because your name is Ben. Are you from the tribe of Benjamin?
No, my stupid boomer Protestant parents opened up the Bible and was
Forgive
like, hey,
them.
let's call him Ben. You know, I have two brothers. You know what their names are?
I got to go, but
Matthew
real quick.
And Mark.
Matthew and Mark. Nice.
That's where I'm coming from, dog.
Let's talk again, man. I got to run.
All right.
Appreciate it. Happy Men's History Month. Take care.
Peace.
Bye. And Rick in Hampton, VA, and Justin in SoCal, Christian in Utah. I got to get out of here. The rest of the callers and super chatters, peace in the Middle East, or at least in your hearts. Anchor Baby up next. Bye.